I think I just found the rattle. Yeah, you can hold it there and make it rattle. Or you can turn your radio up or shift or whatever. But, oh, it's getting a little better. When I first got this thing and I'd lug it, man, this whole nav tower shook the first couple times, you know, before I got used to shifting when, you know, the noise it made when it was the right RPM. But I think it's smoothing out. We'll try to get it to do the lug shake on the lug shimmy up here. On the way back, it was probably getting into third gear too early, like 3,000 RPMs, and just wanging it all the way open, and it just brrr, and there's a little spot there where the natural frequency gets excited, and it shakes like a mother trucker. So here we go. Second gear. Nope, not there. Third gear. Oh, did you see it? There was a tiny little shiver. Hard to sustain because it's such a short duration event, and if you got the thing in the rev band, it is a non-issue. Corners, non-issue on this bike too. It's a pretty natural handling thing. It's think turn, and it turns. The seat's not too horrible. I thought for a while, because I've been waiting, like a lot of people, just waiting. I'm gonna need a new seat. I'm gonna have to get a seat concepts, but really, I mean, I've sat on it for 150 miles in a row, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the T-dub seat. You know, I can't feel the plastic through the foam yet. I only have 600 miles on it, but eventually that might happen. And at that point, seat concept seat, and save this one for off-road or whatever. Overall, it's just a good package. The thing that they went budget on is the suspension, and you know, pretty much every bike's not going to be perfect for you. And if you want a more simple looking bike, there's some other options that might have better suspensions for you. KLX 300, KLX 250, WR 250, DRZ 400, DR 650, but they're not going to have the wind protection, the fuel range, the ease of having fuel injection. I think in most cases they're not going to have 8,000 mile service intervals. The WR might be the only one that has a longer valve inspection. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of this, but this is a pretty well-rounded bike, and with a little investment in the suspension when you're ready, it can be world class. And to its credit, if you ride it around on the streets, you don't really notice the suspension all that much. Sometimes when you're going fast and you hit a little bump on the freeway or something, you'll clack your teeth together, but it's not that bad. It's pretty lovely, really. Wonderful package. And the clutch, I don't know if I've mentioned before, but the clutch is money. I've got a Magura hydraulic clutch on my KLX 300, and this thing is smoother and softer. I like them both, and I don't think I'll go back to having something with a stiff clutch. And maybe someday I'll have a Harley or something, but well, I think you can buy a Recluse for a Harley now. You just never need to use that clutch. And, you know, with a motorcycle, you don't need to use the clutch when you're shifting anyway. We'll do a demo of that right now. What do you want, downshift? What do you want, upshift? What do you want, upshift? What do you want, downshift? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You don't have to be gentle with it. It's not bad for it. You just got to try to get the load off of the tranny, which is just break the throttle a little bit, just a quick little when you're ready to shift, and put a little bit of tension on the shifter, and then bow, shift it quick. You know, right when you cut the power. It's basically what you're doing when you pull the clutch in is unloading, taking the load off of the gear train. Everything's still spinning, and it's always spinning. Your back wheel's spinning and your engine's spinning, so all that stuff in there is still spinning. You're just taking some of the load away when you pull the clutch in, which is what you do if you cut the throttle, or, you know, try to find that spot between engine brake and accelerate, and you can shift there all day long. I've done it a lot off-road, mostly is where I do it, or when I'm like drag racing, because it's faster. But off-road, you know, you get into a panic situation and just go bam and stomp it first, and it's not bad for it. Go ahead, stomp your transmission around. You have my permission to ride it like you stole it. How many of these bikes get worn out? You know what I'm saying? Go look on Craigslist. I bet there's a bike on there that's from the 80s or something that has 5,000 original miles, you know, and that was probably in the first year. And then, I don't know, I got a different job and I just didn't have time. That means that you didn't really like riding that much, or you didn't like that bike that much. I mean, my T-Dub only had, you know, 6,000 miles on it in 13 years, but I was, you know, commuting around town. My commute was 6 miles each way, and I only drove it like twice a month to work. And when we lived out further in the country, I had like 6 places I could go wheel that were within like 10 miles, and, you know, that'd be, even if it was once a month, that's like 40-mile day, you know. So it was never in commute duty, really. So anyway, I'm just rambling tonight, but hope you enjoy. Talk to you later.